Okay, well, this is our third day out. I'm with Joel Lavin, and Adam's still in bed. So we figured we'd take a few minutes to talk about some of the different types of muzzle loaders that there are out there. We're hunting with muzzle loaders this season. Right now, we are in shotgun season, but in Minnesota, you can't use a scope on a muzzleloader during muzzleloader season. So we like to hunt with muzzleloaders during shotgun season. And we haven't killed any deer yet, but we're going to get them today. Since Adam's trying to get himself ready, I asked Joel to bring some of his guns with. And I'm going to show you different types of muzzleloaders, and Joel's going to tell a little bit about what's different about them. Joel, show me the flintlock. Now, a flintlock is an older, more primitive gun than what we're using. We're using either cap locks, or we're also using what are called inlines. I'm using an inline muzzleloader, but this is a flintlock, and this is what's different about it. This is the pan, right?
This is the flash pan. The powder goes in the flash pan, the 4F, a very fine powder.
Okay.
And you close it down.
So basically, what you got is your fire is going to be, Joel's going to put a little bit of really fine powder into this pan right here, and there's a little hole, right, that runs into the.
It's a touch hole. There's
a touch hole that runs into where his main charge is in the barrel, and then he puts this down to protect it and keep it in the pan so it's not dumped out, and then that's his hammer. This is his hammer right here.
This is the flintstone.
So this right here?
Yeah, this causes the spark against the hard surface.
So this surface here, it's got a rough?
It's just hard.
Okay, so it's a hard surface here, and the flint, the piece of flint stone is actually kind of vice gripped into this hammer.
Yeah.
And so when he pulls that trigger, I mean, we won't do it because he's actually got it charged, and there might be something to make a spark that would go into it.
It is loaded, so
it is loaded. Yeah.
Spark goes down. Hammer goes ahead. Fishkin flies up. Spark goes down. It ignites the charge.
So this is really a primitive weapon. This flintlocks were used by Davy Crockett and others that were in the early American history would be flintlocks. Then
the trick is the powder has to be below the flash pan hole going into the barrel. If it's above it, you're gonna have a half-second delay, and a lot happens in half a second.
So if you've got too much powder in the flash pan, there's a little bit of a time delay from the time that the fire, the spark hits the powder. There's a little bit of a delay before the shot actually.
It's got to burn down to the
hole.
Then because only the heat flashes it out, not the powder.
Okay, so it's got to have just enough powder in it, not too much. All right, this is one of my favorites. Go ahead and set that one down. This is one of my favorites of Joel's guns. And as you can see, you can show the tip here. It's a double barrel.
It's an Obama special.
it's a double barrel. It's a double barrel. Double barrel muzzleloader. And I call this gun Joel's semi-automatic muzzleloader. And tell us a little bit about what you had to do with your sights on this one. Because this one didn't come where it was easily able to sight in.
You got 2 barrels and you got 1 sight. So then they shot wide, both of them.
So both of the shots were off. You couldn't sight in either of them.
It's about 50 yards, about 6 inches off each way, so it's about a foot off each. From left to right.
From left to right. If you shot both barrels aiming at the same spot, there would have been the bullets would have come in about a foot apart from each other. So
I took the sights and I made my own in the back. Ground them up and just kept sighting them in that way. So
you carved new V's in here? Is that what these are?
Yes, I did.
And do you use the left V for the right? Which V do you use for the?
It's kind of confusing. So then I labeled these as number 1. One side is on the left side. The right side is the second barrel, which I got a couple dots here, so you
you know it.
You know which one you're aiming through. So.
Because he's got two little grooves here,
Okay.
and he's got to aim on the blade. The blade is up at the front.
The blade hasn't changed.
And so he's got the same blade, but he's got to look through a different groove for each of the two barrels. And so this one is a cap lock. So
Yes,
show
it
us
is.
underneath the hammer on that.
Yeah.
This is called this is the nipple, and that actually has a small hole through it, and there's a cap that slips over it. It's a brass cap, right?
Yeah.
That's got a little bit of a charge in it. The hammer hits the cap. It's like a percussion, like most.
It seemed as cap guns you had.
Just like cap guns, yep. So you know when you pop a cap gun or you hit a cap, old school cap with a hammer, it pops. That's kind of the same. The concussion of the hammer hitting it makes it explode.
I put buckskin on top of this and then put the hammer down. This rifle's been loaded for about 2 years, and it'll go off. I guarantee it.
To keep the powder dry,
Keep powder dry.
he puts a buckskin over the nipple so that it keeps the powder dry. He's had it in there for 2 years, and I can guarantee you he's right because I've seen him shoot them with over 2 years in them. What's this one right here? This is one that you use more often, isn't it?
This one I got from my son's wife, but she went out one season, so then I could use it too.
Did you buy it for her? Or did you took it over?
This is the Thompson Center.
Oh, this is a Thompson Center rifle. This is more modern, but it's still using a cap lock, right?
The cap is the same.
So,
Same as the double barrel.
but this is more modern. This is one that you could buy in a store.
Well, this is back in like '75. We got these 76.
Oh, this is early to mid '70s.
Yeah.
This one was made. Okay.
Everything I got is older than 1980.
Okay. So this is another one
Yeah.
that he's got. And this has got a styling to it that's real traditional. The styling on this gun is more like your Pioneer days styling.
Like Jeremiah Johnson.
There you go.
Same rifle we had.
Jeremiah Johnson. There, that's the man. So, if you want to look
Right.
like Jeremiah Johnson, the one gun that I wouldn't recommend if you're going to start hunting with a muzzleloader is don't get a flintlock, because there are things that can go wrong, like your powder gets wet or your powder gets dumped out of the pan, or your flint doesn't make a good enough spark. It's not a real reliable.
Well,
All right, what's this one here?
this is a Pedestal. I should have named this off too. This is a Thompson Center, same rifle. These two are the same, except for the flint and cap lock. This is the CVA.
All right.
This is a I just put the scope on, but it's a Pedestal rolling block.
All right, so a rolling block.
Yeah, hammer goes back. Instead of a nipple out here, this block rolls back down. It just tips.
So it's got it's if you can see here, he's actually got a cap on this one.
That's a used cap.
Oh, okay. He'd put it on there just to keep.
I'm doing the same thing I've done with these other ones, but this has a little buckskin inside that used cap.
Oh, okay. So he's put a used cap on there with buckskin in it to keep it from having any moisture get in.
Yeah.
But that would be the way a cap looks on there.
Yeah.
This is the rolling block right here,
Yes, that can be tipped.
and this is an inline. This gun is an inline because the spark coming off that cap is actually going to go straight into the powder, which is in the breech area, or in the chamber area, way back in the base of the barrel. And so then you push this forward,
Yep.
and now this has got a percussion pin in it, a spring-loaded pin, and when that hammer goes forward, it hits the pin hits the cap, and it shoots a spark through that hole into the powder. So, who made that one? Do you know?
Pedestal.
What is it?
Pedestal.
Pedestal. Okay, I hadn't heard that one before. And this one's mine. This is a more modern inline, and I'll show how this is different. This one has a breech plug right here right in here is a breech plug, and I can actually use a tool and I can screw that breech plug out. And if I haven't fired this gun, I can actually salvage my powder that's in the chamber area here, and my bullet by using a ramrod and pushing. I can take the breech plug out and push everything out. Mine uses a primer that's for a shotgun shell, and I set that up. I can set that in here, and it'll fire. I'm going to grab one of those, actually.
I'll show you these other ones here. Dan, you can. The big one, the biggest ones is the Pedestal. It's a musket cap, and the small ones are the ones size 11s that go on these other muskets. I mean, cap locks. I bought those caps about 25 years ago, and they were just as good as anything else. Better, you know.
So those caps. You've got two different types. One is for the flintlock. I mean, one is for the.
One is no musket caps.
Oh, musket caps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other
Interesting. Then these are the ones that I use.
got my charge.
And mine actually, the way you have you don't really have a safety, but mine have a collar, an orange collar that holds the primer, and the primer that's in the middle is the same primer that's in a shotgun shell. And when I want to get ready to fire, I put that in, and this tells me that I do have a primer in it, and I can pull the hammer back, pull the trigger. A pin will hit the primer. The primer will then shoot a flame through that small pinhole into my charge, and then will blow the bullet out the barrel. So I'll keep it uncharged or unprimed.